Hey everybody, I'm going to try to keep this short, but I don't know if that's going to work because this is like the seventh time I've done this and it's gone long every time. But for those of you that have been in the market for a semi-automatic rifle, like an AK style or an AR style or a Mini 14 or something like that, you've probably discovered by now that you cannot get one. You can't even get a low receiver, strip low receiver for an AR to build one. You cannot get the high capacity magazines for them either. They're all gone. They're flying off the shelves in stores and they're all gone in retail outlets. And also, of course, in online outlets as well. If you try to go online, look for, let's say, an AR magazine, out of stock. And one place I even saw said indefinite back order. So nobody has any idea when these things are going to become available again. Of course, manufacturers are working, I'm sure, around the clock to produce these things because of pending legislation that will come on down the line in the form of the assault weapons ban. Now, for those of you that don't know or don't remember, 1994, the Clinton administration passed what they called the assault weapons ban, which, of course, is a misnomer. These aren't assault weapons, but we're not going to get into that right now. And I remember even back then in 94, because I was working at a gun store at the time, that there were a lot of people that didn't think this would actually pass or that it wouldn't happen. Well, it did. And it banned the importation of things like the SKS from China, the Norinkos. It also banned the sale of high-capacity magazines to civilians. The regular population, of course, didn't restrict military and police forces from obtaining these things. But the civilian population, of course, is severely limited. But what you already had on hand, it was all grandfathered in, and you didn't have to get rid of them. And the supply that was already out there, you could still purchase as long as it was manufactured before October of 1994. The law sunset in 2004, which means there were no longer any restrictions as far as high-capacity magazines. However, the importation ban was still in effect. And you still can't get like the Norinco SKSs or Mac 90s or anything like that. But anyway, in 2008, President Obama gets elected. And there was no legislation coming down the pike, so there was nothing that people specifically were buying, but they were just pretty much buying everything. And things like reloading components especially were in short supply. 9mm was in short supply. 380 was non-existent. So that was... President Obama, the election caused the highest spike in firearm sales in the history of mankind. And here we are in 2012, where there's no legislation that's been put forth, but we pretty much know what it's going to say. There's probably going to be additions to it. I've heard some people say that the stuff that was grandfathered in 1994 will not be. I don't know how they're going to regulate or police that, but I'm sure they will try to put that language in there somehow. And it's happening all over again, as far as the quote-unquote military-style weapons or the assault rifles, as they say, and they're gone. So I went to a gun store yesterday, not necessarily to buy the high-capacity magazines because I pretty much knew they were going to be gone, but to see what the supply was like, see if they actually had any, and also to buy reloading supplies. Not that I was really low, but I just wanted to make sure that I had some on hand if those started to disappear also. So I went to two gun stores, one yesterday and one this morning. Yesterday I went to a place called The Gun Rack, actually Bill's Gun Rack in Kernersville, North Carolina. Now I like going there, one, because the people are really nice, two, because their prices are always good. Their ammo prices are the best for any local establishment, even in a lot of cases better than Walmart. Some things are higher on, some things Walmart's higher on, but I know they almost always have a good supply, whereas Walmart's out a lot of things that I need, but they always usually have it in stock, and maybe a couple bucks more, but I'll buy it there if they have it. But another thing they have is they always have powder. They've always usually had a good supply of reloading powder. Now, I've been buying these 1-pound cans, and these 1-pound cans will last quite a while, probably 1,000, couple thousand, I don't know, 1,000, 2,000 rounds, I don't know, but a lot. So I've never bought larger than a pound until yesterday, when I bought a 4-pound can of Bullseye and an 8-pound can of Hodgdon Varget. Now, the Bullseye is a less dense, a fluffier powder if you want, so that's why the can is bigger, even though it's half the weight. And one thing about Bill's Gun Rack is that they never, ever gouge prices. So even after all this happened, because he, of course, was out of all of his semi-automatic rifles, which he usually has a really good supply of. Let's say of the three that I mentioned, the Mini 14, the AR, the AK-style rifles, he probably has about between 15 and 18 of them, all gone. In fact, there was a big blank spot on the wall where they usually sit. All high-capacity magazines, gone. And as far as I can tell, I mean, he didn't raise prices because the prices were still on the bins where these magazines were. And, you know, 15 bucks for an AK mag, a metal AK mag, gone. So I went, I knew if I was going to buy powder, of course it would cost more than it has in the past, before 2008. But I knew he wasn't going to kill me on the price because it's based on what they cost him. So a 4-pound can of Bullseye is $59.99. This is my pistol load that I use for all my handgun loads, actually, including 357 Magnum and 38. And the Varga will be my my rifle load. I've never used Varga, but I've heard a lot of good things. But this 8-pound can is $159.99. Of course, that's both plus tax. Now you may say that's a lot, but if you break it down to 1 pound, 8 1-pound cans of Varget, 4 1-pound cans of Bullseye, it's actually a lot cheaper. And like I said, I don't know what other people are selling it for, but I've been to other stores where they're usually $5 or $6 higher per pound. So it's very, very fair. And then the other thing I got from there were primers. Now I bought 4,000 primers from the gun rack yesterday. 1, because they had them. 2, because they still had the same price on them as they had before. $29.99. I got a box of small pistol, a box of large pistol, a box of large rifle, and a box of CCI number 41. These are specifically for 5.56 ammunition. These primers are harder than your rifle primers to prevent things like slam fires and semi-automatic rifles. Those are always going to be more. I've seen them as high as $42. $37.99 is a good price. So, like I said before, when primers disappeared, when they started coming back, I saw at a gun show a guy had a box of 1,000 primers. He's the only one that had them, though. And he was asking close to 140, something like that, 140, 150 bucks for them. So, which was extremely ridiculous. They used to be about half that price. I actually used to be able to get 1,000 primers for like $10 or $12 before 2008. Probably less than that. But, I mean, the times are changed. So before the prices went up way, way, way up again, I decided to go ahead and get some more. So that's what I got from the gun rack in Curtisville. If you have a chance to go down there, if you're within driving distance, I highly recommend it. They'll treat you fair, and as long as they have stuff, you know, they're probably going to be the lowest priced store around for a lot of the things that you're looking for firearms wise, even guns. They have good selection of guns. I've never bought one from there because they've never had quite what I'm looking for. I'm pretty picky about what I buy as far as handguns, so or rifles, and you know, because it's a lot of money. So they've never quite had what I'm looking for. But not that I'm opposed to buying anything from them at all. It's just they haven't had what I'm looking for. Exactly. So Bill's Gun Rack in Curtisville, North Carolina. Now they don't know me. I don't know Bill. I've never met him. I've seen him, but we never talked. You know, we've never shot the breeze or anything like that. So this is not any type of you know, buddy thing where I'm pushing a friend store, because you know, I don't even know their names. But it's because you know, we don't have that type of relationship. I'm just a customer. They're a retailer, but I just want to say, you know, how well they treat their customers. Now this morning, I went to another gun store down in Lexington called the Gun Store. Another group of nice people there, and they always have what I need as far as bullets. Now I reload lead. That's all I've been reloading for now for quite a while. And I bought 2,000 bullets. I bought a box of this, 2 boxes of 45, 230 grain lead round nose. 2 boxes, was it 2 boxes? No, 1 box of 45. 2 boxes of 9mm, which you see behind there is 125 grain lead round nose, and a box of the 40, 180 grain flat point. So that's 2,000 bullets. Those are boxes of 500. And I also bought some ammo carriers, 100 round boxes for my 45 and my 40. And I also bought a couple of these 4-hole turrets, because I only had 2. I need some more actually than that, but I didn't want. I was already running out of money, so 2 was about my limit as far as those. Those were like 12 or 13 bucks each. But they just got a supply of bullets of lead bullets, and so they had I didn't buy all they had, but I bought what I thought I could carry, because those are heavy. But they didn't gouge prices either. They were busy. Gun Rack was busy. You know, we're talking a Thursday early afternoon and a Friday morning. They were packed. They were moving merchandise. And what I want to know is what any of you are doing. Are you starting to try to hoard supplies? Are you on the hunt for high capacity magazines, for reloading supplies, or for ammo? Or are you just trying to buy more pistols or more rifles or something like that? I would like to hear what other people are doing, or if you're not doing anything at all. If you think this is all just going to blow over, nothing's going to happen, legislation is not going to pass, because I thought that in 1994 also. Either leave a comment or a video response would be great, because I'm very, very interested in hearing what other people are doing or what their reaction is to all that's going on as far as the firearm sales. If you want to comment on the massacre, this is really not the place to do that. There are a lot of other videos on that. This is specifically about, I guess you want to call it the panic buying that's going on. And then I'd like to hear from you about that. But thanks for watching. Gumby thanks you. And everybody take care.